Plump Goops Podcast.
Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes. Get a load of these hot takes at high stakes.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Fuck you guys.
I was doing
good.
Mississippi. Were you guys just counting?
I was counting at the same rate that I counted down.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess we should have hashed that out before.
I guess. I thought, yeah, I don't know. Well, okay. Welcome everyone
What a
to the Hot
blunder
Takes
of a
High
cold
Stakes.
open.
The bad
that
cold
was-
open.
That was a bad. Also, cold open should happen before the theme song.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a cold open. But alas.
Yeah. I'd rather have a cold open than a cold finish.
We digress.
Very true.
Yeah.
We do digress. This is Hot Takes High Stakes, the only podcast on the internet that has takes, thoughts on life, thoughts on. It's episode 75.
75?
Oh my
we have a
God.
special going on. This is the, you know, in Hunger Games where they have like a quarter quell
Well, yeah,
for
the
every
quarter
25,
Mm.
every 25 Hunger Games. This is our third quell.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And
Yeah.
and for this we did the all-star cast.
Right.
the
Well,
quell.
only one of us will leave alive.
Yeah, it's like Survivor.
Yeah.
The others are just die.
Yeah, that's actually something that they didn't know, that never told you about Survivor, is that after someone gets voted off, they just behead them
Oh.
as soon as they leave.
That's fine. Oh, you know what I did recently with Survivor? Because
What's that?
I've never like watched a full season, but
Sure.
I did something that was fun, which was we watched like the first episode of a season and then the last one of a season, and it was crazy because like obviously you were just like we were just trying to like piece together who like
Right.
how everyone got and like voted off, and then like in like the final tribal council when everyone came back. It was like, oh, they were like, oh, there was like all this like drama, and we are just like, oh, that's good. But it was just interesting to see.
Which one? Which season?
It was when they went to like, I think.
Oh, China?
Yeah, I forgot. It's the guy who looked like Adam Scott. He won.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for every season, they go somewhere different. Is that how it works?
Not
Sometimes
anymore.
they go back.
They used to.
They go back to the same place now.
Yeah.
They always go to Fiji now. They just name, like before it was like Survivor Africa, Survivor China, Survivor Australia. And now it's just like Survivor, and then it's like a different theme, but it's all in the same location.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
It's a little bit worse.
They were. Yeah, I mean they were going hard.
What city would you guys want to see? Like Survivor.
You know what they should
Chicago,
do? Yeah,
something.
speaking of, they should just
Yeah.
they should just do a city. Like they shouldn't do like a wilderness area. They should just do like downtown New York and just have challenges.
Yeah, and it's all in Central Park.
Yeah,
And they have to
that'd
live
be
in
good.
Central Park. I don't know. Could be a good commentary on like the homeless
Like
True.
Survivor Urban
populations and stuff.
Edition.
urban edition. Yeah. At Emerson, we had Survivor Boston, which was just like Survivor, but like fan made, basically. Kind of like what we did with Survivor Baw.
Yeah, Survivor Ball Edition.
Survivor Baw.
We
I
should
would
run
love
it
to
back.
see. Yeah, I would love to see a full season in the Baw with like actual adults and stuff.
Yeah, they would have to do a lot of building. There'd be a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of naturally occurring stuff.
True. But anyway,
Also, there's just suburban houses.
right.
Yes,
Like
Corey and
across the
Tanner
street.
just living right there.
Yeah. Does anyone have a warm up take before we get into the real life takes?
Nothing
I'm
for me
squinting
this
my
week.
eyes.
Why?
Oh, how about this? Moving sucks.
Moving is the worst. Moving is my least
absolute-
favorite thing in the entire world to do.
Hate it.
The worst. Actually, it's better if you break it up into bite-sized chunks. So, like, my parents came today.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
they took,
that's hard
like,
though.
That's true. Like,
It's hard
like,
to find the
thankful-
motivation.
thankful to my parents. They're driving like 7 hours today to just, you know,
Yeah.
pack up my stuff.
Let's thank the parents today.
This one's for the parents. Episode 75 is for the
For
parents.
the parents.
It's for the parents.
That's the quarter quell.
That's
We
for the
bring the
rents.
parents on.
Yeah, we should have had our parents on.
Survivor Parents Edition. So that's
Right. It's
Wait, that'd be
parents,
really
but they have
funny,
to carry
yeah.
their kids on their back the whole time.
No, like you know how you have to audition for Survivor? Like
Sure.
imagine if you like went through the audition process and you thought you were gonna be on Survivor, but then like the twist like on day one is that like actually your parents are doing it, so you just go home and you're like all prepped to go on Survivor, and then your parents are just like, oh, actually we're going.
Or it's you versus your parents.
Oh, that would be good. I love
Yeah.
that.
I'd watch it. I'd rate
Anyway.
that.
Yeah, moving sucks. I moved.
Moving's the worst.
I moved yesterday, and
Oh, back to South Lake or
no,
just-
into a new apartment in Austin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Instant.
Yeah,
Instant.
and it sucks. And I was just like thinking about it. I was like, ugh, I have to move out in a year, and that's gonna
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I had a point in my life where I moved every 3 months for like a year.
oh my
And
god!
it was really, really awful.
Like what
um,
destinations? Like same city, or do you just?
Yeah, so I moved. Well, okay, so I moved out of my dorm room in Boston. This was like end of spring 2019. Moved into an apartment for the summer. It was summer 2019. Moved into a new apartment for the fall. This was fall 2019. Moved into a new apartment, or moved into a new dorm in the spring
Oh my god.
of 2020.
That sounds
And that
horrendous.
was LA. And I had to move out for COVID.
Oh god!
But it was really bad. And Boston has this really ass law that like all leases end on August 31st and all leases start on September 1st. But if you're thinking about it, it's like, oh, that's not a big deal. But that means that you have to move out on August 31st and you have nowhere to stay
Yeah.
if you're moving into a new place.
Yeah,
So,
you have to do storage or something, right?
You're just keeping your
I-
car.
No, well, I was lucky enough to have like family friends like outside of Boston who I could just like take all my stuff to and leave it with them. And then I slept at my friend's apartment whose landlord was like, you can stay until September 1st. And then I had to move in the next day. But also moving by yourself is really awful too. One of the most stressful things. you'll
Yeah,
ever do.
yeah.
Every single time I've moved, it's been like by myself. I've had to do everything by myself and it's been really bad.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
at what?
sucks.
What's the like time threshold for you to just not unpack anything? Like if I'm moving every 3 months, at what rate? Or like what's the
Yeah.
line where I just don't unpack anything?
Just about like 2 months. Because
2 months.
one of the apartments I stayed in for 2 months. And
Okay.
I left most things in boxes.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
But if I'm gonna be somewhere for 3 months and I know that I'm gonna spend a lot of time there, then I'll unpack my thing.
Yeah, I think 2 months is probably right.
Yeah.
I think movers are very underrated. They make a lot of things easier.
Did you
They
wait,
do,
Ron?
but
Did you
it's
pay for
expensive.
movers for like the block? Because like I mean,
Yeah.
you have to like walk up. I remember when you moved in, it was
Yeah.
like the
We didn't
elevator was
have-
busted.
The
or
elevator was
something.
broken. That was because, and we didn't have movers then, and that was pretty bad. But then ever since, we've just had movers for like, because like you can pay them hourly, and it's like prorated or something. So like it's not super expensive. And you can just like, I would just get them to like move like all the big shit, like the sofa and the bed and like the TV table and stuff. And then we just take everything else, and that's worked. But it still sucks.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
still sucks.
You know what's really bad about moving in Boston is that everyone moves in on the same day.
Yeah, it's hard to
So-
get movers.
It's fucking it's not
Impossible.
even, it's hard to drive down a street. Like
Yeah.
the entire street was just jam packed with cars, and you just had to get out and unload all your things as fast as you possibly could. But
Is this,
you like
like, in the
couldn't
city?
leave it on the sidewalk because then people would take your things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
well, it's like pretty much in this.
So it's like
Um,
everywhere. Like everyone moves out on August 31st or beforehand,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
has to move in on September 1st.
yeah,
That's
it's
nuts.
really bad. I agree with your warm up take, Ronak.
Yeah.
I really do.
I don't think it's a hot take, honestly. It's probably the
No.
coldest take of all time.
Probably a
That's
good
it.
cold take. What is it?
Yeah.
What quadrant is
Warming
that?
Yeah.
I'm warming up.
Remind me of the
Good.
quadrants again.
Oh,
Good cold.
good
That's top
cold.
left.
Top
Yeah,
left is
top
good
left.
cold.
Top left.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? How about we play this little game? I'll think of a number. It's either 1, 2, or 3. You guys have to guess, and then if neither of you get it, then I go first. If one of you gets it, then you go first.
I'm gonna go with 3.
I'll split the difference, and I'll say 2.
It is 3.
Oh, let's go.
Fuck.
All
Emma.
right. I've had this take for a while actually. This
Woo!
comes from our trip to Durang.
Ah,
Okay, so I guess for a little bit of context here, we had a really good sleep schedule, right? Like we got up
oh, it was amazing.
every day like 6:30 something.
It was really great.
And we were out and about by like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Something I wish I had taken back with me. But in any case,
you dropped it.
I really dropped the
Dropped
ball.
it the next day. to
Literally
be
the
honest.
next day,
Yeah.
no lie, because like I went to Hawaii and then it was just such a time difference. So, but in any case, this
Logic.
take involves caffeine, and every day we got up, and some days we'd have coffee, and other days we wouldn't. So like I think like there was one day where we went to the city in Durang, and we like
Sure.
went to a coffee shop around like 10 a.m.
Sure.
So my take is that coffee is best consumed post lunch. We're talking
Oh.
a 1 p.m. coffee. So you
Mm.
have to slave away for the full, I guess, the first 4 hours of the
Yeah.
day without caffeine. But I'd say it's more effective after a post lunch time.
For instance, the most important time of the day.
Exactly, 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's a hard agree. I think
Whoa.
that's very true.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm like feel pretty productive in the morning without coffee, unless it's like like something insane happened.
I agree.
But after I eat lunch, I'm always tired, and
do
I
you
can
think
never.
it's an age thing? Like it's just so easy for us to like be up and about because we're just like relatively young.
Yeah, and like especially me
know.
when I was like in like elementary and like middle school, I would wake up on like the weekend at like 5 a.m. and just be ready.
Well, yeah. I think that the younger you are, the easier it is to wake up early, and the older you are, the easier it is to wake up early. But we're in the point where like we want to sleep in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents get up at like 5 or 6 a.m. just naturally,
Jeez.
That's crazy.
and they
That's
didn't used to
insane.
do that.
I guess that makes sense. Like if you're waking up that early, like if you want to have a coffee to get you up and about, like if you're waking up before the sun rises, I could see why you would need a coffee then. But I always get, if I ever have coffee in the morning, like right when I wake up, I hit a crash like after lunch. Like I need a nap real bad.
Yeah,
Nap after lunches. That's the only time I ever need a nap.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all.
crucial.
at my old job, we had like a Whole Foods cafeteria, and I would get like there was like sandwiches or something, and I would get like this like turkey and brie sandwich that was like on like a quarter of like a French baguette, like a baguette, and I would just it was hard.
Tryptophan.
What is that?
That's a chemical in turkey that makes you sleepy.
No, wait, yeah, I definitely heard
Wait.
of that before. That turkey makes you sleepy, but like
Yeah.
the sandwich was like really good. And
Wait, no way, that's a
kept on
thing, right?
eating it.
Yeah, tryptophan
No, it's
makes
a
you
thing.
sleepy.
Yeah.
It makes you
I
fall
didn't know
asleep.
that's what it was called.
Oh my god.
I knew
You
that,
wouldn't
and still, and despite that, I was like, I'm gonna eat this.
It naturally comes in turkey, or is it like
Yeah.
only in the deli meat turkey?
No, and it's more common. I don't know about deli meat turkey. It's like that's the thing where like everyone's tired after Thanksgiving dinner because all the tryptophan in the turkey.
Oh.
Mm.
So you're saying that you could take, instead of taking melatonin at night to help you go to sleep,
Sure.
you just eat
Just
half,
eat
half of
Yeah.
a turkey. Like
Eat a
You can
turkey
waterboard
leg.
yourself in turkey.
Exactly.
You can actually smoke turkey. You know how they say smoked turkey? They sell that
Yeah.
at stores sometimes. You could take smoked turkey, roll it up, and
Like
some
a
paper,
joint, like a turkey
like a
joint.
little blunt.
like
Yeah,
a blunt,
like a
turkey
meaty blunt.
Yeah.
yeah, and you smoke it, and that can put you to sleep.
That's my next
That's-
take.
That's
That's
what
gonna be my next
It's your next day.
they actually do it.
And ham
for,
is
like,
actually
patients in the
yeah.
hospital. It's a painkiller.
Ham,
And-
ham's like caffeine, right?
Ham is like an upper,
Right.
yeah. Turkey's a downer. Ham is
It's
an
an
upper.
turkey's an- You know what? A good sandwich I used to always have was grilled brie and apple.
Grilled brie,
Whoa.
And apple.
like an
Yeah.
actual like apple slices, or just like
Yeah, apple slices.
I've heard apple. Yeah, apple's underrated as a sandwich.
It is.
Really?
I think it's the
Filling.
best iteration of apple I've had, maybe minus apple pie.
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah,
that's a
well, to
hot
be
take
fair,
in itself.
also brie pairs really well with fruit. I think because like that
I agree.
turkey
Yeah.
sandwich I had had like a fig, like jam on it too,
Sure.
and it was really good.
That
I think,
sounds
yeah,
excellent.
Yeah,
What's
Was
the
it
number
hot
one?
or was it cold?
Yeah, hot or cold?
it was okay. Well, it was always cold because it was like pre-made and like it was like a Whole
Sure.
Foods thing. But I went to Whole Foods yesterday, and you can like get that same exact sandwich, just like, but they can just make it for you,
Oh,
like there. And I got it toasted. It was a game changer. It was insane.
yeah. Rez, what you say? Number one, something?
Number one, what was I gonna say? Iteration for apple pie.
I think
Mm,
apple pie.
Apple pie.
uh,
I think I
Like,
can get
I don't
behind
even
that.
know. Juice,
guess.
maybe? I don't know.
Maybe apple
I was
juice.
gonna say juice is up there. It's like a
Cider?
big 3 for me. It's a big 3. Well,
Oh,
is cider
cider's gotta be up
juice?
there.
What's the difference between
I
an
don't know.
apple cider and an apple
I don't know
juice?
what. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know enough to make a comment on it, honestly.
Me neither. That could be the title of the show, honestly. But we make comments anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it'd have to be either juice or cider. Wait,
Oh.
okay, hold on. We're getting way far
Yeah,
away from the take.
we're digressing so bad.
We digressed hard.
Mhm.
So because Ronak said turkey makes him sleepy.
Yeah. And coffee makes me not. And I used to have 2 cups of coffee when I worked because I had one in the morning and then one after I ate that fucking sandwich.
Were you able
Actually-
to sleep okay after the second cup?
Mm.
No?
No, honestly, no.
No?
It was a fucked cycle.
I actually have a shirt that says turkey makes me coffee makes me not.
But the not is spelled like why not? Like a
I have
a
a similar shirt. Mine says turkey makes me sleepy and coffee makes me silly.
And I have a shirt that says turkey makes me, and that's it. It just says
Ooh,
turkey.
Oh. Yeah.
body by turkey, and I have a
It's a
shirt that
body.
says beauty and the breast, and it's a turkey breast.
I have one that says turkey maketh man.
And on the back, it says, "And man maketh coffee."
And coffee make me silly.
Yeah. And that's on the ass.
That's
It
on
just
my
keeps going.
pants.
It turns into a robe. You just have words written down on your robe.
And it's like it has a train, like a wedding gown, and on the train it's like the whole script of the East of Eden.
Oh.
Is that the book that's Stream of Consciousness, or am I thinking of something else?
That's the Sound and the Fury.
Sound and the
Yeah.
Fury. That's what it was.
That's a William Faulkner joint.
A Faulkner
to-
joint.
I tried to take another stab at it, and I couldn't.
No,
I'll say
You can
that
do it.
much.
it got the best of you.
It did get the
It
best.
disarmed you.
It got the breast of me.
That's another shirt you have. That's a hat. That's actually a dad
Wait, did you guys
hat
actually
have.
read that back in high school? I don't think
No,
I
I
read
said
through
I
it.
did.
I think I
Oh, I
Yeah.
read it. I didn't understand any.
yeah.
I think I
exactly.
said. I think I said, "How about we don't and say we did."
Yeah. on the essay. You just wrote that in bold.
In the prompt, it said like, write an essay on how 3 metaphors are used in the book, and I said, "How about I don't and we'll say I did." And the teacher gave me a 95 for gumption.
For gumption.
For golf.
That was actually the grading scale was it was like 95 out of 90. It was like the grading scale was like blank out of 95 gumption, and then blank out of 5 content.
Oh, that's the scale that
General.
they use, huh?
Yeah, the grading
Mhm.
scale, the rubric.
Nice.
I use the remember the name grading rubric.
What's that?
It's
Oh, the 5% luck, 15%
50%
skill.
pain. Yeah, 20%.
Reason to
Oh, shit.
What did you get out of reason to remember the name?
I did really bad.
Shit, fuck. The most important category.
Yeah.
All right, Ronak, what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with
Yeah,
Resman's take?
this is a big agree.
Big
I
gonna
try to
agree
tailor my life. Ideally I would have lunch and then not have caffeine after it,
Mhm.
but I try to make my morning so I don't have coffee in the morning so I can have it after lunch.
Yeah, I agree, except I skip out on coffee for various amphetamines.
Methamphetamines.
That's one of the many, yeah.
Those are one of them.
Yeah.
One of the few. The other's
One of-
turkey breast.
Yeah.
I actually balance out the meth I do with a little bit of tryptophan from a turkey breast.
Yeah.
That's my lunch. I try to keep it on an even keel.
Yeah.
I don't know enough to make a comment on that, but I agree. I agree.
but I'll still agree.
Yeah,
I'll still have. I don't know enough to comment, but I'll have an opinion.
All right, Ronak, let's do rock, paper, scissors to see who goes next, okay?
Okay.
And
So
then,
wait, no one's gonna be able to see it, right?
right, but we'll say at the same time what we did.
Okay. And the edit,
we'll show our camera,
And the edit
okay?
will keep us honest.
Okay, yeah, true. Ready? So
Yeah.
I'll say 1, 2, 3,
Three.
and then we'll go rock,
Okay.
paper, scissors, okay?
Oh, okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, 3, rock,
Rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, cut this out. I don't need
No,
the-
this will stay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, cut that.
1, 2, 3, rock,
Rock,
paper,
paper,
scissors,
scissors.
shoot.
I did scissors.
I did scissors as well.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Ready? 1,
Rock.
2, 3, rock,
paper, scissors, shoot. I did scissors.
Fuck, I did paper. God damn it!
Yes.
I always
Okay.
lose at my own games and go last.
That's your cross to bear. I don't know.
Yeah, imagine Saw, but Jigsaw loses at all of his own games.
He just keeps on getting like murdered.
Yeah, it would be a short film.
Yeah.
Anyway, punk.
Yeah. My take came up with it 15 minutes before we started. So let's see.
Sure.
I say
What say you?
out with the toaster.
And
Is there anything else? Or is it
Well,
just out?
let's do out with the toaster, in with the pan, and the toaster oven.
oh,
Oh. Okay.
I thought it was gonna be a rhyme.
Yeah.
No,
I was
no.
expecting a rhyme.
Something like out with the toaster, in with the boaster, or something like that.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
more boastful and prideful.
Or the
'cause you're
roaster.
You're done
No,
with it.
the
You
coaster.
roast
Roaster.
everything? You know, roast
Ooh,
your
toaster.
toast?
Ooh. No,
Toaster,
no, no.
toaster?
Okay, here I walk it back. I just say out with the toaster.
Okay.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Okay.
But is your take in with the pan and the toaster oven?
In my take is out with the toaster, into the fire,
Into the fire.
Oh,
and then back into the pan. And out with the toaster, into the pan, and then out of the pan and into the fire. That's my take.
so
Okay.
are you talking about bread specifically?
Yeah, I don't think we need toasters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your
Because
solution is the pan? Or in
yeah,
the
just
fire?
toast it in the pan.
I
Okay.
guess so.
I
It
know.
tastes
So
better.
I see what you're saying. Like, are you saying like if there's sandwich stuff already on it?
No, I'm just saying if I just want buttered toast, just toast it in the pan.
But then you can only do one side, right? And then you have to flip it and
You
wait.
can flip it, but it tastes better
You think it tastes better? Oh, okay.
Why?
Why is that?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Because
What do you mean by
there's like better heat distribution, and also you can fit like artisan breads in it, because toaster you can't do it with
True.
regular toast.
So this is an artisan bread play.
Yeah, this is definitely a play. This is definitely
This is your
pro
target
artisan bread.
demographic.
Yeah, Big Bread is not happy with this steak.
No, Big Bread hates him.
Miss Baird is turning in her grave.
She's shaking in her boots,
Yeah.
In her grave.
in her loafs,
In her boots.
in her loafers.
Yeah, do you think she always wore loafers?
Yeah, she definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you put anything in the pan, like butter?
I honestly, you don't have to, because you don't do it with normal toaster. Like, you don't butter your bread before you put it into the toaster, so you don't
Right,
need
but
to.
I feel like that
Right.
would be a benefit of the pan. Is that you
Yeah,
could
yeah.
season it a little easier.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, I definitely do. Like when I make like breakfast sandwiches with like English muffins, I just toast the muffins in the pan before.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
I use it. I did while I'm waiting for like the pan to heat up, because our like oven was like, our stovetop was bad. I would just toast it like as it was heating up, and it would work. And do like a little bit of butter on it, and that would make it like crisp it up. And then that would
Sure.
be done. I would put it off to the side, make the rest, and then stack it.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm
So,
on
but
board
would
with
you
this.
would you agree that it takes a little bit longer than a toaster?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I would.
But that's why
uh,
you have a toaster oven, right?
Yeah.
Then you can.
I
put
think
all sorts of
yeah.
stuff in there.
I think toaster ovens should be mandatory
This should be mandatory.
for
Yeah, 'cause-
every kitchen.
Yeah. Because like, I guess I thought it was kind of crazy. I went to a friend's house and they didn't have a toaster oven, and I was like, oh, like for like lunch, like a quick lunch. If I don't have time, I like have like frozen taquitos or something, and I always just throw those in a toaster oven because like I'm not gonna put that in an oven. I'm not gonna put 4 taquitos in an oven, you know.
Right.
I know what
It's-
you mean.
And like he was like, yeah, I would just put it in the oven, or I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
So he has to preheat the whole oven.
Yeah, exactly. Like what I do is I just like put the taquitos in the oven and then I just turn it on for like 20 minutes or something and it just cooks.
Right.
I can't imagine doing that with an oven. An oven also feels more dangerous than a toaster oven.
True.
Really?
Yeah. Like an
And it
oven
uses
can
more
heat
energy.
your home. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
uses more energy too. It's just not efficient.
Ronnie, can I make a confession to you?
A convection oven? Is
Uh,
that what you said?
No, confession.
Exactly what he said. A convection roaster. That's what he said.
I don't have a toaster oven.
Oh.
Yeah, you're dead to me. You're dead to rights and you're dead to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat that many things that like need to be ovened.
No.
Would they be
Per se.
better if you oven them though? That's the
Yeah.
other thought. If I throw this, say, fish and chips instead of the microwave,
Oh, don't
I
oven
put
that.
them in the toaster oven
Yeah.
Right.
to make it a little crispy.
Toaster
Yeah.
oven is prime for reheating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Fair.
I agree.
Fair. I mean, that's fair. I've gotten by fine. Do you think you could just slap a whole sandwich in a toaster oven?
Yeah.
I think
I've done it.
It sounds like a really good idea.
We literally did this in Moab. Me and Rez tried to eat
It
our
started
sandwich
burning.
in a
We
toaster
put the
oven.
paper in there.
Oh, we had to put
We put the paper in there.
Oh,
and started
God.
smoking.
Yeah.
Wait, in the first place?
Yeah, in the first place we stayed at.
Oh,
What was that? The
those
kitchen?
sandwiches that you guys were obsessed with
The
about
ones we were
eating
like,
the
"Hey,
next
guys.
day.
Hey guys,
Yeah,
this is so
for
smart of us to get the
breakfast.
large
Right.
sandwich.
Yeah. It was a big brain play for sure.
I still dream about that sandwich actually.
Honestly, breakfast, like having a sub as for breakfast is pretty high qual.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys a secret. When I came back from that trip, I started just eating whatever the fuck I wanted to for breakfast, and it was really liberating.
Oh, really?
What do you
Like
mean?
I had like grilled chicken from the day before for breakfast.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh.
Some lean protein for my breakfast.
It goes back to our take that you should. It doesn't matter what time of day you're eating. Certain
And that's
Yeah.
what inspired me. That's
Yeah.
what inspired
You
me.
take breakfast can be any food as long as you plop an egg on it. It's instantly breakfast if you put an egg on it.
You have to put an egg on it?
You have to,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a steak, like a filet
Oh.
mignon or something.
Yeah. Then that turns into like steak and eggs, and that's a breakfast, right?
I guess so. Yeah,
Right.
If you do egg on like a tostada, that's like
eggs and toast.
is huevos rancheros, I think.
Yeah.
But what if you have like pancakes? Do they need to have an egg on them?
They have an egg in them.
No, okay, I guess any non-traditional egg food. Not I misspoke. Any non-traditional like breakfast food can become a breakfast food if you
Okay.
put an egg
Oh,
on
okay,
it,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
That's what I was gonna say. I like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
take
that's-
better
that's
because
what I meant to say.
it doesn't. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, Rez, wait, what's the take?
Toasters are out.
Toasters are out.
Yeah.
I think I have to agree with this, but it's because I've never owned a toaster since like the early days of my childhood. Like we got a toaster
Really?
oven at my place, and then
Oh,
and then
interesting.
we just never used the toaster.
Yeah. Right now we have a toaster and a toaster oven. And not gonna lie, I do use the toaster, but I'm a,
But out
Wow.
into the pan, and
but
then
out
into
it
the fire.
goes anyway. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
It is
Sure.
quicker, but it's not as good.
I'll agree with this one. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like no. I'm gonna disagree because I like
Oh.
having my toaster just for a quick piece of toast if I really need it.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little bit faster.
Toaster oven's
Fair.
pretty fast.
That's fair.
like
You're
2
just eating
minutes.
Less
bread.
fast. Less fast.
Let me just.
It's
eat
still
bread
pretty
by itself.
With I'll smear some jam on it.
Yeah.
Um,
You should get on the
Okay.
toaster oven wagon.
I agree.
Mhm.
Well, when I move out, I would like to have a toaster oven.
Yeah.
I'd also like to have a rice cooker.
Ooh,
Rice
I
cooker is
really
so
want a
clutch.
food processor.
So clutch.
I don't have a
Dude,
food
yeah.
processor.
I was
Those-
saying that the other day,
Food
Ronak. I need a
processors.
food processor.
Yeah.
What about an air fryer? Air fryer has got to be up there for me too.
Yeah.
There's
Fuck
so
it.
many appliances that I want that I
Ugh.
just guarantee I won't have space for.
Yeah. Oh,
But
if I had a food
whatever.
if I had a nickel for every time I wanted a food processor,
You'd be
I
able
would
to buy
I
a
would be
food
able. Yeah,
processor.
I would be
Yeah.
able. To
I would have
buy
$1. I've only thought of it 20 times.
They're expensive though.
They are, yeah.
Well, are you guys ready for my take?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also food based. All of our takes have involved some kind of bodily consumption.
true.
My take is that I'm deciding which route I should go with this because,
Okay.
all right, you know what? I'll say this: all foods should be wet.
Oh. What was the other route?
What was the
that you
other-
wanted to? What are you gonna say?
I chose the hotter route. The other route was wet foods are better than dry foods.
So all food should be wet. Oh,
think all foods
this
should
is
be
the
wet.
hard- This is the one that's appealing to the hotter take.
Yeah.
This
is the one.
Well,
This is
I
gonna
thought
win.
we'd had a couple of agreeable takes. I just wanted to throw one out there that you guys might despise.
I dislike this one. I have to say.
Yeah,
I
Yeah. Is a
dislike
sandwich
this
a
one.
wet food?
it could be wet. It could be.
Yeah,
Well,
but like
yeah, like a croque monsieur that's
that's
like
gotta
pretty
be.
wet.
That's
pretty
so
wet.
densely wet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a
But that's like a
Reuben.
dry wet too, because you put in like a broiler and it's like the liquid is like caked on.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Which is what I like. I feel like dry foods, meh, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
like
but you
cereal,
can't-
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotta wet that cereal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I see.
Well, I'm trying to think
Uh,
of a good dry food though.
What if
Like prosciutto.
Gatorade powder?
Ew.
Prosciutto's
Better
kinda-
dry.
Prosciutto's a little wet, I guess.
Right, if you snort it. I actually snort it anally.
Oh, that's the best way to consume it, you'd say.
Yeah, you
Yeah, they
really
call it
don't
the-
get the flavor at all.
They call it the reverse fart. Actually, you do have taste buds in your anus.
Really?
do.
Yeah.
This was a TikTok test.
This was a
Ew.
TikTok test.
The old meta. The old TikTok meta.
The old TikTok meta was
Just-
tasting things through your ass.
No, wasn't it a thing that people dip their balls
Their
in
ba-
like soy sauce? was a
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, is
The
that
thing
their
on TikTok.
ass or your balls?
We
then?
talked about this on pod. I think you were on the Epres.
Was that
I
really?
think you also might have been Ronak. I can't remember.
Oh.
Maybe it was Sam.
We've come full circle.
But yeah, you dip your balls in soy sauce and you can taste the salt, apparently.
But this time it's through your ass, right?
This time
Yeah,
it's through your
that,
ass,
that was
exactly.
the balls. This is the ass. It's a whole different ball game.
Right. I'm pretty sure you do have taste buds on your
Yeah.
anus. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think so. Actually, no. What the?
Yeah, I disagree. I think I disagree with that take.
You guys agreed so easily.
I really didn't know enough to comment, but I know that's
Yeah.
wrong. I know
Right.
that's wrong.
I actually don't know, but I do know.
I feel like I know the way the world works well enough to comment on this one.
I'm still trying to think of a dry food, and I don't know.
A sandwich. A sandwich is good.
No, but it's better. It's better wet.
with wet. Yeah, it's better with
Is
mayo, hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, a mayo makes it wet.
If you make it wet enough.
Yeah. Like you don't want the
I'm
bite
squinting.
to be.
I'm not convinced.
It doesn't want to be like you don't want to like bite into sand. You know what I mean? Like when you eat
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
no one's
exactly
telling you
what
to
it's
eat
like,
sand,
too.
Rez.
No, it's exactly what it's like.
Maybe
though.
like a dry
Okay,
turkey breast.
well,
you want it
okay.
to be wet.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
when you say wet, I think of like liquid foods. Like I'm not thinking of wet is different from damp. You know?
Disagree.
Like what? Yeah. At what point does damp become wet?
Okay, but like
Damp is just a stage of wetness.
no, like putting mustard on like a sandwich is not wet. It's if
I
anything,
agree.
it's like the equivalent of like misting, getting like feeling a mist.
I agree, but I think you should.
Like you're not wet.
I think the sandwich should have enough going on for it. Like a little bit of wetness in the meat could add to it. Squeeze the bread enough, it could get a little damp.
True.
And
If you
that's
put
when
like
a sandwich is
yeah.
at its peak.
a little bit of
No.
an egg. It's a
Do you want a
breakfast sandwich,
soggy
runny egg.
sandwich? Don't
Exactly.
you like
Yeah.
it toasted?
No, I do like it a little toasty, but you can be
Yeah.
toasty and a little bit wet. Call it
Exactly.
a patty melt.
Oh, true.
Call it a
True.
patty melt, Paul.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just disagree that these foods are wet.
Okay,
No,
what's a wet food for you then?
We're arguing semantics.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
the
Ronak hated
point.
This is
that.
the other title for the show. Just arguing semantics.
Ronak, remember back in the day when you hated semantics? You've become what you hated.
You
Yeah,
became
well,
the very thing you sought to destroy.
Yeah, you guys
Exactly,
bring the
rice.
worst out of me. So no.
Rice?
So-
I'll say one caveat to this take might be
Rice.
rice, because I'm not a big fan of sticky rice.
Really?
Okay.
I prefer
I
my
feel
rice a
pretty
little
hot take.
more dry. Yeah.
See, like rice requires
beans.
water to be cooked, and
Mhm.
you wouldn't call it wet.
You call the
Because
water
even
wet.
though it's
Sometimes.
full of water.
This goes back to the take that water is
We're
wet.
full of water, Ronak.
Huh. Are we wet?
No.
No.
Yeah, but we're in a container.
Is the container wet?
No. Well, okay.
What is our
Yeah.
container?
What the
The
fuck?
system.
So
The system is our
semantics.
container. Rez, what were you saying? It goes back to what take?
Is water wet?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You think so? Or
Yeah.
does it do the wetting?
Both.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I agree. I think
Like
I-
something can't do wetting while also not being wet. Like that doesn't work.
exactly. Oh, that makes sense. That's a good way to explain it.
Eggs aren't wet.
Yeah, they are. Well, it depends.
I'd say they are.
What the fuck?
depends.
Okay, well,
Hard
you
boiled?
can't just say any food is all the good foods are wet and all the bad foods are not.
Oh, so maybe it's not as hot a take as we thought. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, no. Any
yeah,
food
okay,
that
you know
has
what?
a considerable amount of moisture is wet. A pancake by itself, not wet. Could still be called good, but it's made better when you add syrup and wet it.
What if you eat it plain? I know some people who like it plain.
Honestly, underrated.
dry?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It's
And
decent,
it's
yeah.
worse.
There's a little bit of vanilla in it. Like
It
the
takes a
extract makes it
good pancake to eat it dry.
Yeah.
That
True.
takes a good pancake.
Yeah.
So in the general case, wetter foods are better than the dry equivalent. Is what you're
Exactly. Take dark meat chicken versus white meat chicken.
It depends.
Dark meat is wetter and better, in my opinion.
It depends
What?
on where you're getting it from. Like Babes has the best moist white meat that I've ever had. Like
Okay.
ever.
But Babes also has the best moist dark meat that
That's
I've ever
true.
had.
Yeah, true.
And I prefer it, personally.
Okay. Oh, that's fair actually.
Would you say if you need to use a napkin, it's wet?
No, I think you can get a little crumbly. And your
Mm.
saliva can mix with the crumbs to make you need a napkin.
Mm.
Like is a cupcake wet?
Well,
Or
how
is it
about
frosting?
yeah? I'm gonna say
Sans
We-
frosting? No.
like I think I like where Resma was going with this, where your take isn't as hot as you think it is, because once we eat it, it's all wet.
But that's not what I'm talking about. That's
No,
not
it's-
what I mean.
But also, if every single food is wet, or
not.
most foods are, according
I
to
think-
you, every single good
No.
food is wet.
No. Sandwiches are good dry, but they're better when they're wet. Like I'm saying that it's better. There's
We-
still some good foods that are dry. It's just made better when you wet it.
I'm just having a hard time coming up with dry foods that are really good. I
A
think
dry
there's just more
sandwich
wet,
is good. It's fine.
but a wet sandwich is better.
Yeah.
Okay, so your take is all foods should be wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disagree or agree,
Okay,
Ron?
well, okay. What about the convenience? What if we're on the road? I mean,
Sure.
what do we do then? Is peanut butter wet? Is jelly wet?
Yeah, it has
Yeah.
to be wet.
Yeah.
Has to.
It's not that hard to comprehend.
Ron's
They're liquids. They're like
Ron's having a
donuts.
mare.
Yeah, I don't know if peanut butter is a liquid.
It's like a top. It's a condiment.
It's too.
Yeah.
The viscosity is insane on that.
It's one of the
It's off the
least
charts.
wet things.
Is
that
Jello
happens.
wet? Is Jello?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jello's wet.
Wet? Okay.
Jello is absolutely wet.
And Jello's pretty bad wet food, if I'm being honest.
True. It'd be better
agree.
dry. Thoughts.
Yeah.
Whoa, but like I try
According
it.
to you,
I try
yeah,
anything
make it
once.
dry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
toast. Is butter wet? Does butter make it wet?
it could if you put enough on.
I guess toast is better dry though, right?
You think so?
By itself.
With no butter?
Well,
I like
butter.
some nice buttery toast.
But like,
With
is it
butter.
melted butter now wet?
It depends how much you put on.
Yeah.
Butter itself is wet for sure.
So okay, so if I put syrup on my pancake and the pancake absorbs all of the syrup, is it no
Pancake
longer
is now wet.
It depends how much syrup it's absorbed.
Because then now the pancake is damp, and that means So like then
It's a stage
I
of
think
wet.
that
we're in
means
a
wet.
conundrum.
I think that means wet.
Yeah, it's a stage of wet. Yeah.
And I'm assuming all meat is wet because it's like juicy or something.
Well, it depends how. Like, if you could have dry meat, but it's worse, in my opinion.
Is
Yeah, like
is beef jerky wet?
No,
Dry.
dry.
And it would be better wet?
I think so.
I'm trying to think about it.
I think so.
Like that'd be weird.
Wet jerky.
Yeah.
But wet with what?
I don't
Well,
know.
jerky is just dehydrated meat, right?
Yeah.
So
So-
you reconstitute it, and it's just meat.
It's just meat at the end of the day. It's just cured meats.
Like the
Depends.
the
Do you like jerky or do you like cured
God.
meat more?
Yeah, the counter argument to this is like dry aged foods, like
Yeah.
dry aged steak.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think is wet aged steak is better.
I think I agree with you there. Actually,
What about raisins?
Grapes are better.
oh,
Are fruits
you're
wet?
right. Yeah,
Most, yeah.
most.
Well,
have
that's
to
just
be.
because they're washed.
Bananas are not wet though. Right?
What do you mean? No, bananas are
dry, right?
no bananas
Aren't
can be
wet? Bananas are absolutely not wet.
Bananas have to
If
be
you
dry.
crushed up bananas, it would create a mush.
Oh, yeah, it's so viscous, like
What?
peanut butter.
You don't agree with that, Ronak?
Yeah, but that doesn't change anything. It's still
It means
not
they have
wet.
enough moisture.
Okay,
to
you're
be wet.
changing
It
it.
doesn't crumble.
What?
That's not changing it. That's just a qualification of what makes
You're
it
just
wet.
saying it's wet in a different form. It's
So it's
not
wet.
Or, but you're not adding water to it by crushing it up.
But you're juicing it. Like that's what I'm saying. A fruit isn't wet. Like a fruit is wet because you wash it with water, and like that's why it feels.
Do you,
Well,
wet.
is an
it's juice,
orange
right?
wet? Is an orange not wet?
It definitely carries
No.
juice.
Is an apple? Oh, you don't think
What,
an
you
orange
don't
is
think
wet?
orange is wet? No, it's
Oh,
not.
all your credibility out
This
the
is-
window,
this is
Ronak.
a
No,
hot steak.
because I don't think humans are wet, and orange slices contain juice. It's like contained within a
Okay.
container.
If
That's
you
not-
ate a human,
like a water
it
bottle,
would be a wet food.
a
If you
water
ate
bottle-
a human,
a water bottle
Right.
isn't wet.
I gotta say
very
humans
few
are wet.
foods are wet on the outside. Yeah, because you're not eating the water bottle; you're drinking the water, which is inside of the water
Yeah,
bottle.
no. But
That's
I'm
like
just
saying an
like,
orange peel is
imagine
dry,
an edible
therefore an
container,
orange
an
is
edible
dry.
water
It's ridiculous.
bottle.
It's ridiculous.
If I could plop water into my mouth, like as like a gel or like a
You can.
fucking- Yeah, I know it wouldn't be wet because like my hands don't get wet.
What the
This is-
fuck?
That's the
This is
worst
insane.
qualification for what makes something wet.
If I don't have to wash my hands after I eat it, it's not wet.
No, Ronak,
Wait a
you've
minute.
established yourself as a
This is-
fraud in
Yeah,
this
this is-
discourse.
This is insane.
Why?
Yeah.
Just because you say so?
No, the orange
Because you
slices
said
are
an orange
definitely.
isn't
An orange is so wet.
An orange is so wet.
What
And
kind
you're
of
saying
orange
that
is
if
it?
if
When-
my hands don't get wet, then something isn't wet?
Your hands
What are you
definitely get
talking
wet
about?
whenever you eat.
I'm
oranges.
just saying there's levels to it. There's levels to it. Like a contained juice is not wet.
So
But
watermelon isn't wet.
Watermelon is wet because it's not contained. But like
watermelon is absolutely
It's totally
what do you mean?
contained.
No,
it's
because-
totally contained, isn't it?
no, but I'm just saying like
Yes.
once you like peel or like crack open a watermelon, it's juicy. Like once you peel an orange, it's still dry.
Ronak, you're talking about two different. Like if you cut an orange in half, then
It's
like
wet.
you can't
yeah.
peel a
I would
watermelon.
never do that. I would just peel it.
Really?
I,
No shot.
Ronak, I
No way
know
you
what
eat
you're
oranges like that.
You're talking about like, and you're talking about like clementines. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
clementines,
yeah.
clementines.
There's if you just peeled a watermelon, if you just took off the rind,
Yeah.
then it wouldn't be as wet as it would be if you cut it right through the middle.
Yeah. But that's
Right.
not the traditional way to eat it.
This is ridiculous.
This is insane.
ridiculous.
Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Wait. So you're referring to clementines when you say oranges, right? Like where you you have the peel, you have the encased.
I don't eat regular
little-
oranges.
Okay,
I'm not a
okay.
fucking asshole.
Clementines are also wet. Clementines are also wet.
No.
though.
They peel
Yeah.
so easily. You
Now
could-
I can see where Ron's coming from, but I have to say clementines are wet.
Ronak,
It's like water bottles are wet.
Do you eat food or do you just hold food?
I
Because
inhale food.
yeah, all right.
Through his ass.
Well, I hold it
I have
to eat
lens
it.
flare now. What'd you say?
I hold it to eat it.
Right. I'm
I will
talking
say-
about
I
wetness
will
as
say
in
like
like when you
soup is
eat
like
it.
actually wet.
What is wet?
Soup is wet.
Is that the only food you'd call wet?
No, I would call like oatmeal wet. Like cereal. If it's in a bowl, probably
Is the bowl wet in that case? Like if it's got the liquids inside?
Mm,
Yes,
Yes,
the
it
bowl
has
has
to be.
been made wet. If you put
Yeah, but
liquids
that's
in
because
something-
yeah, but it's because the bowl isn't edible. If it was like a bread bowl, then I would say it.
Then you would say it's not wet. Like a
No,
clam
that's
chowder.
so
Actually,
ridiculous.
No. I think this goes back to like your old take, Cameron, of poppability. If it's poppable, and they're like, there's nothing to do with my hands, then it's not wet.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. When you eat it, it's wet. It's wet.
Oh,
in
and
your
maybe it's
mouth.
like
It explodes with
scientifically wet,
juices.
but it's like mentally dry.
Disagree. I don't know why you're
Disagree.
thinking about foods by how you hold them instead of how you eat them. It doesn't
Wait,
make
what-
any sense.
Is this Ronik's
It's
take?
bizarre.
Right, Ronik, what's this take? This
Ronik's
is like
co-
a-
co-opted my take.
take is that
yeah.
food can be scientifically wet, but mentally dry.
No.
Or scientifically wet, but like for all like I don't know what the word is, for all intents and purposes dry. Because like there's no blood, there's no blood
There's
blood
no blood on your hands.
I don't need to clean up the scene afterwards.
Okay, dislike. Don't co-opt my take. Do you agree or disagree that
I disagree.
all foods should be wet?
I disagree.
I have to disagree. Just because of lack of examples. I don't know. I can't really think of any.
But I like you more, Resma. Even though you disagreed as well, I like you more.
Wait, no, did I say disagree? I mean agree because I
Okay,
can't
good,
think
good,
because
good.
I can't think of counterexamples. That's what I meant.
Perfect.
It's basically, you don't know enough on this subject.
Yeah. Well, not enough to
Don't
comment.
know enough to comment.
Not enough to comment.
Okay. Well, it's time for a hot take. It's time for hottest take.
Oh, take high stakes.
We'll restart my takes, starting with me. My take was that all foods should be wet. Ronak
Out with toasters.
and Resma.
Coffee at the most important time of the day, after lunch.
My fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be 2 p.m.
And we'll vote starting with Resma, then Ronak, then me.
Okay.
Does everyone know who they're voting for?
Mm-hmm.
They do.
In 3, 2, 1.
Cameron.
Ronak.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I should be given half a point for co-opting a hotter
No,
take than that.
Was the take that I restated your take?
I
don't
think
so.
my take on your take was hotter than your take.
Right, but that was a bonus
agree.
take. It wasn't
I
the
agree.
take
Yeah.
delivered in your specific.
Oh,
I
yeah.
say
time.
we hold a special session and address this take.
We could hold a special session.
You could refine this take, Ronik, and come back
Yeah.
with it.
Come back
Maybe I
with it.
will. That's a pretty good. That's a really
It's a
good
good
take,
one.
actually.
I kind of want to listen in on that pod.
Okay, so
If you're
I'll
on
just
it.
make sure that I am not on that episode.
Okay.
All right.
No, but then okay, yeah, fine.
What do you want?
Well, no, I just need the hottest take vote. That's what I kind of do want you to be.
Stats win games, yeah.
Yeah,
You can't pack your court, Ronak.
yeah. Watch me.
All right. That's been Hot Takes, High Stakes. Thanks for watching / listening, everyone. Subscribe to the YouTube, Mountain Men Vids. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Follow the Twitter at HTHSPod.
Mhm.
And
Is there a
follow,
TikTok?
follow the TikTok. Hot
Let's go.
Takes _ High Stakes. We're back to posting lots of highlights on there.
And go see Sam dip his balls in soy sauce on the TikTok.
Yeah,
On the TikTok. That'll be
Yeah.
going on the
that's
TikTok
on
shortly.
TikTok, Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have anything to say as we ride off?
Punk.
Is the thing on?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Dan.